Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss how to do contribution in open source or or I will say how to start a contribution. So the most difficult part or I will say a lot of developers they really want to do contribute in open source but they don't know how to start. Everyone knows GitHub, okay, that there are a lot of projects which are open source. But the problem is when you are new or you are going to start something first time, like maybe you are not new, you are doing a great job, but you never did anything in open source. So it's difficult to start that step. And I found for myself it's pretty difficult in start, like where to start and how to start. So today we will discuss only it's the I will say it's pretty easy. There is no rocket science. Uh, you need to start. You need to figure it out. What kind of projects? The technical steps are pretty easy. That is not like if you are aware of how Git works, then it's pretty. If you don't, again you will search on a Google and there will be a very beautiful blog or any YouTube video where you can see you need to follow 5 6 steps, fork the code and blah blah blah. We will see that also. But the first thing is how or where. So the problem is where. So for example, this is my account on a GitHub, and I open this. So I have this search, and mostly I really love to do something with Kotlin and Android. And I'm assuming I'm first time who want to do some contribution. So I'll say okay, search code Android, maybe Kotlin, maybe Python, anything specific to language. So now once I wrote this, I can see all those open source projects, and there are hundreds or thousands of projects. Like you can see also here, if I click this, it will start showing only Kotlin, Java. So there are a lot of projects where you can start. So once you did this, now what is your goal? Don't don't think you want to do some contribution in a library which is really famous. It's good, but first when you are going to start you need to understand some small things. You need to understand how UI works, how things works on a GitHub, and you can start from very basic, and in a 1 week you can go anywhere you want. So for example, I can see okay, this is a one project. I open this, then this is specific to Google. Okay, I open this, then I'm going to open random, then I will try to open something which is very new. So we can try if there is any new projects, or I can say more stars, few stars. I will say recently updated. So what happened most of the time, developers like me, they do some work and they push their code, and there are not a lot of stars. That's why nobody cares. But I really care. I learn a lot and I share my knowledge also with them. So like for example, this is a project nobody, like currently maybe someone is trying to understand. This is also one project. There is no stars, nothing. So he's maybe practicing. My many of my repositories is like this. Nobody cares, but I'm pushing my, then these are this one 17. Okay, we will see what is this, anything new. So like you can open, these are all the available projects in which you can do contribution. Now we will see which project I really like and I want to do. So this one is looks like a pretty good project. Good means like I can see 3K folks, 3.4K stars. So it's like a lot of people are working on this. How many contributions? Okay, so there are 86 total contributors. Nice. So if this the contributions, it's a big number. So it means they will have some good guideline. Okay, so basically they are saying okay, this is an app. If you want to do the development in this one, you need to read this one is very important. And once you read this you can start contribution to this, but I we will start from some the basic one. Same for this one. I'm not, if I'm the one, uh, most probably I will not do any contribution to this because I can see the last update is 2 years ago, so it look like this something is deprecated. So still for learning is good, but if you are trying to learn something new, new technologies, then most probably this is not a good project. So I then again the same thing, so most probably I'm going to close this. Then this one, there is no project, it's empty. This one is also empty, and there are three contributors. So what is this project? We can read, okay, Compose Life. This is not an official Google product. Compose Life is a work in progress game of life simulator Android app, and blah blah blah. You can read, and after that, maybe I can try to figure it out if there is anything new. So, and I can search only maybe Kotlin. So and this one is mhm. So now I again open too many projects, but you should start, you will figure it out something. Just like I also, I want to show you some good projects. I think so. Retrofit library, this one is also ready. Then okay, I will come back again. So this one, okay, for now I'm not going to contribute to this because I'm really new. I really want to understand first how things work. This project also looks like I can, but I will figure it out something. mm, this one, no one contributed to this project, so I think this one is a good opportunity for me. So what is this project? So it's saying text Kotlin 1.7, Kotlin coroutines, lessons. You always open source under the GNU public lessons. You can find it here. In a few words, it means that if you commercialize your version of, so this is the project. You can contribute. Maybe I can check more easiest one. This one is, I'm aware of the issue with play product. This is marking my app is malicious. Okay, a Spotify mode. So someone is trying to make, so we can do contribution here. More simple. Not this one. What is this project? Then this one. So these are all the projects where you can do any contribution. Okay, this one. So what we can do, I can say, okay, I want to contribute to this. So first I need to understand what is this project. I can install, or I can do uh, check out this, or you can do fork, because I did with this project something. uh, or what is this and this? Okay, this one is a pretty new, so you can do with this one also. So what is this project? First we can read, completely rewritten application for viewing schedule of public transport. Okay, and this is the project. How you can do now? So for example, you decided to contribute into this project. So first you need to do, okay, fork this project. Once you do the create fork, that will create a new project in your GitHub. Okay, you need to do a checkout. Then after that you need to create a new branch, and once you are done, like your changes, you need to push their changes on your repository. And once you do, you will see some kind of this. So like for example, I did a small change here. I did some refactoring as I have some extra time, and I created a pull request. So first we will see what changes I did. So this is a project. mm, Open. I need to go back into my projects, then search in my. So this one, once you do the fork, you can see now that code is available as your repository. Then you did some change. Once you are done with your changes, you want to create a pull request. You will click on a pull request. You say, okay, I want to create a new pull request. New pull request, because currently I don't have new changes, it's not showing anything. But once you have changes, I already created one, it will show like this, and you need to click create. It will create, and then the owner of that code project, it totally depend on him or her to accept your on request or not. The most important part, you need to be very humble. If you found something, uh, you think, okay, this is something very like childish thing, or there is a possibility someone is now started, it's his first time, he's doing learning something new. So you need to be very careful, you need to be very humble. And so by doing that, you can help others also. It's not only for you. Open source contribution, you can also help others by sharing your knowledge. That is very important. And you need to be humble or kind in your words. You need to use your soft skills. Never show the ego, or never go on that route. It's always bad. Okay, so this is done now. Once this is done, you are ready to do. So you can take any project, check out, do a fork, then do some changes, and do small changes, very small changes, not a big change, maybe 2 3 lines of code or anything. And once you are done, again create a pull request and send back. Now I will show you something. Once you are going to start, you have some good project, like you really want to move on to towards the projects which are used by millions of developers. For example, retrofit in Android, image library Picasso, these are all online, the open source. Maybe what we can do, I can try to check if I can found, like I think I already found retrofit. So in this one, it's not there is like, it's not like you need to create a new feature. You need to read what they're saying, what are their guidelines. You can go into the issues, simply issues, and there are hundreds or sometimes thousands of issues. You can take any one of them. If you feel you can fix that, you can take, okay, I'm going to fix this one. You can start working on this and then push, and someone will review your code. So it's pretty easy, it's not like any rocket science. And you can take any project. If you do something blunder, the owner of that project, he will take care of that, or she will take care of that. So don't be afraid. Do try to your best, and share with your knowledge with others, and learn also from the other people. In the same way, just like how you are working, for example, I work on Kotlin and in Android. So I know there are too many projects which are available as an open source. For example, Glide, Picasso, then what I used to use, Fresco. Then after that, I can do, I think the Jetpack libraries, if I'm not wrong, they are also open source. Then Retrofit, then Lee Canary, then I think so Firebase SDK is also open source. So all those libraries which you used, you can contribute to them. Or minimum you can do checkout, you can learn how things are working under the hood, and you, if you figure it out, you can improve, you should improve. So that is the whole process. It's more like an attitude, but the first thing is pretty difficult. So you need to figure it out. One small project, someone did some practice, fork that project, create a pull request and send. And with the passage of time, you will start understanding every project have their own criteria. You should read, otherwise they will not accept. And you can check here what is going on, discussions. And with the passage of time, you will start. And then some people also have their separate groups, like on a Slack or maybe on a Discord, where you can start a discussion with them. Okay, hey guys, I want to improve this thing, is there anything I'm thinking wrong, or, and then can share with you. Now the last thing, I will take only 5 more minutes. I'm not sure if I already make you bored. uh, the benefits of this activity. So you will learn a lot. And don't do open source contribution because you want to, again, it's my opinion. And I don't have enough achievements to mentor someone, or to to say something, but still I'm doing. So if you want, you can accept, otherwise you can ignore. So one thing, when you do the open source contribution, always ready to learn. Always do some change if you want, but try to understand the other's opinion. Just like you are a developer, the other person is also a developer. So you need to understand what he's saying. And by doing that, you will learn a very important skill, which is called conflict resolution. And in most interviews, when they have a behavior interview, they always ask you how you resolve the conflicts. And at this point, by doing the open source contribution, you will learn. Some people will say, okay, they will disagree with you, and then you will understand how to fix those kind of situations. And sometimes you need to understand, okay, it's okay, the change is not very big, and if we go in that route, there will be a not big issue. it's okay. So you will say okay, you agreed with them. So you will learn a lot of things from the soft skills perspective, how to write the comments and how to push in small chunks, because sometimes you will create a big pull request maybe, and once the code is too long, maybe the maintainer of that project will ignore and he will say okay, I can't accept. So by doing that you will learn, and the it's like you are going to get the free mentorship sometimes. So there are some good names who are doing a lot of stuff, good work in industry, and if you do some work in their project, once you will create a pull request, most probably they will come back towards you and they will ask you, okay, please do this change, please do this change. So that is the one benefit. Your soft skills will be good. You will learn how to conflict resolution. Then you will do different kind of work. So once you do some work, try your best to move here and there. Don't do the same thing which you are doing from last 5 years or 6 years, like MVP, MVVM, and you are implementing, you are using Jetpack. Yeah, try to jump in into some other projects where they are implementing differently. They are not following the Google recommendations, because most of the time in your job you are doing the same thing. And I always say, if you do something for 1 years and then after that you repeat that for 10 years, so I will say you have a more confident, but I will not say you have a 10 years of experience, because after 1 year you are repeating something. So you have a confidence in your words, but I will not accept that as a 10-year of experience. But if you jump in, for example, in a Glide and in a Fresco and in a Picasso, you will be amazed. The same functionality under from the users or a client's perspective, all these three libraries are doing the same work, load an image. But once you jump in, you will figure it out, oh, okay, they are doing things in a different way and the other one is doing in a different way. Then you will learn pros and cons and architectures. So that is the main theme. It's not the main theme you want to you want to put that on a resume. Yeah, in the end this is a good thing to have on resume, but don't make repositories or do contributions because you want that to have a good resume. Do because you want to learn, and after that things will automatically come back to you. And by doing this also you will contribute with others. Like for example, sometimes I figure it out, okay, this project, it look like someone is pretty new and he started and he is learning. So what I do, I start working with them and I start creating a very small uh, pull request where I'm not doing changing, okay, everything changed to the decoration, but no, a small thing, okay, I change something to show them, okay, you have 100 lines, we can complete this in a 10 lines. That's a more good. So by doing that you also start sharing your knowledge with them and you will feel very good. So I hope I'm able to share with you something new, and that will help you to break your to help you to boost your confidence to start something. So see you in the next video. Bye.